Miss you in the way the ocean moves beneath the silver moon. I miss you in the empty spaces every time I leave the room. There's a sweater on the chair still, it smells a little bit like you. And some nights the tiny detail feels impossible to lose. I thought time would make it easier, the distance slowly heals, but some people stay inside you, no matter where you leave. I miss you in every beautiful thing, in every northern sky, in every song the cold wind sings, in every sleepless night. And if loving you hurts this much, then maybe that's proof it was real. There's nothing in this empty world has ever felt the way you feel. Oh. I drove all night beside the coastline, trying not to call your name, but loneliness has its own language, and grief still sounds the same. Every lighthouse in the darkness looked like something holding on, like maybe broken hearts survive by learning how to carry love. Maybe missing someone deeply is another form of prayer. Maybe love becomes eternal the moment they aren't there. I miss you in every beautiful thing, in every northern sky, in every song the cold wind sings, in every sleepless night. And if loving you hurts this much, then maybe that's proof it was real. 'Cause nothing in this empty world has ever felt the way you feel. The rain hit hard against the windshield, like heaven trying to speak. And somewhere in that storm I realized you still live in everything I keep. I miss you in every beautiful thing, but maybe that's alright, because loving you still fills the dark with fragments of your life. And if someday you hear this song while staring at the ocean blue, just know every road I ever loved still somehow leads to you. So let the cold wind carry this across the forest and the sea. No matter how far this world turns, a part of me still belongs to you. Your sweater hanging near the hallway still smells a little like your perfume. Coffee steaming in the kitchen, cold blue morning outside the glass. You walked in half asleep beside me, wrapped your arms around my chest, and for a second all the noise inside me finally went quiet. God, you don't even realize what your presence does to me, because your love feels heavy in the best possible way, like something real enough to hold when the whole world starts shaking. And every night beside you feels warmer than it should. Baby, you don't even know how deeply I love you. There are scars you never asked about, nights I still can't fully explain, but somehow your voice in darkness makes my worst parts soften. And I know I don't say enough, I know life moves too fast, but every single day beside you still feels unreal to me. Like somehow after all this time I still get nervous when you look at me like that, because your love feels heavy in the best possible way, like old wooden floors beneath my feet, like fire during winter storms. And every breath beside you feels calmer in my lungs. Baby, you don't even know how deeply I love you. Maybe some people search forever for what we built accidentally, two exhausted souls turning into home for each other. And if this whole life falls apart someday, if the money disappears, if the lights go out, if the world turns cold, I'll still find you in the dark, the same way I always do, by the sound of your breathing next to mine. And honestly, that's all I really need. Going through the window, headlights cutting through the fog. Somewhere between the ocean and the sky, I stopped feeling like I belonged anywhere. I drove for miles beneath the northern lights, trying to outrun the silence in my mind. The radio was barely holding on, like every broken part of me tonight. The ocean looked like space beyond the rails, black waves swallowing the moonlight, and every mile felt like another year since I last felt alive. Maybe home was never really a place, maybe people just carry it for a while, and maybe that's why everything feels colder after goodbye. Where the ocean ends and the sky begins, I hear your voice inside the wind again, lost between the dark and the northern stars, trying to find out who we really are. If something waiting. The gas station lights were fading slow, like old memories losing color. I watched strangers pass like ghosts, everyone searching for another version of themselves. There's a photograph inside my coat, edges warm from sleepless nights. I almost threw it into the sea, but some pain still feels sacred. And all these roads keep asking me who I became after the leaving. I wish I knew how to stop missing lives I never lived. Where the ocean ends and the sky begins, I hear your voice inside the wind again. Lost between the dark and the northern stars, trying to find out who we really are. If I disappear tonight, let the waves remember me somewhere between the cold and the light. I still believe there's something waiting. Maybe we are all just passing lights, tiny sparks inside a giant night, trying to leave a trace behind before the world forgets our names. The whales beneath the freezing tide still sing like they know something about surviving loneliness, about surviving time. Where the ocean ends and the sky begins, I finally stop running from myself again. Lost beneath the stars, but healing in the dark, learning that broken things still shine. If tomorrow never comes, I was here, I was alive somewhere between the waves and the night. I finally found a piece of home. Finally found a piece of home. Cold wind through the silence, the ocean breathing slowly, northern lights above the highway. And for the first time in a while, I wasn't afraid of the dark. Back then I thought love was lightning, something loud and hard to hold. But you arrived like quiet snowfall, turning empty nights to gold. No grand entrance, no explosions, just your tired eyes at mine. And suddenly the world felt softer for the very first time. I didn't know a heart could heal without making any sound. I didn't know peace could exist inside another human being. I loved you long before I understood love, before I knew what home could mean, before I knew a single person could calm the storms inside of me. And every cold northern horizon feels warmer when you're near, like the whole world finally exhaled the moment you appeared. You saw through every mask I carried, every joke I used to hide, and somehow you still stayed beside me when even I could not. There were nights I felt unworthy, like I was too damaged to keep, but your voice kept pulling me back from the darkest parts of me. Maybe love is not perfection. Maybe love is being seen and still being held gently after everything you reveal. I loved you long before I understood love, before I knew what home could mean, before I knew a single person could calm the storms inside of me. And every cold northern horizon feels warmer when you're near, like the whole world finally exhaled the moment you appear. I've heard oceans rage like thunder, I watched forests bend in storms, but nothing has ever moved me like hearing you whisper my name. I loved you long before I understood love, and I'll love you when we both grow old, when our hands shake, when our voices crack, when the northern nights turn cold. And if this life keeps testing us, if darkness fills the sky above, I will still look at you the same way I did the first time. Because before you I survived, but after you I finally lived. I was built from empty hallways, from nights I couldn't survive, from cigarettes and broken mirrors and trying hard to stay alive. I carried storms inside my silence, like oceans no one else could see. And somehow through the northern darkness you walked directly into me. And I don't know how you stayed through every version of my pain, but you held my shaking hands like they were never hard to hold. You became my home when I had nowhere left to go. You turned my coldest nights into something close to hope. And if this whole world disappears, if every light above us burns, I still thank God for every road that made me yours. There were mornings I felt hollow, like my soul had disappeared, but your voice could pull me back from places built from fear. You loved me when I was distant, when I barely loved myself, and every quiet thing you gave me saved me more than you could tell. Maybe love is not fireworks. Maybe love is staying near when the whole world inside someone feels like it might collapse. You became my home when I had nowhere left to go. You turned my coldest nights into something close to hope. And if this whole world disappears, if every light above us burns, I'll still thank God for every road that made me yours. Oh, 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 oh. I've seen oceans, I've seen endless skies, but nothing in this world has ever felt as safe as falling asleep beside you. You became my home, the only fire in the cold, and every lonely part of me finally found somewhere to rest. So if one day my voice grows old and these tired hands lose strength, I'll still reach for you like the first night that we met. And when the rain returns again and northern winds begin to howl, just hold my heart the way you do, and I will always find my way back home to you. Oh, to you. I was sleeping in my own shadows, half alive and half erased. Every mirror in the apartment looked exhausted with my face. When it pressed against the windows like it wanted to get in, and I wore my loneliness like a second layer of skin. Then your voice cut through the silence, soft enough to calm the storm. You didn't ask me to be stronger, you just stayed when nights were long. She found me at my lowest tide, when even hope had left my side. And somehow through the freezing rain, she taught my broken heart to beat again. Now every northern sky above feels less cold because of us, and every road that almost killed me led me straight into her love. You kissed scars I tried to hide, like they never made me weak, and every quiet thing you gave me brought life back into me. Some nights we just sit together, listen to the ocean roar, and I realize I spent my whole life searching for this kind of warmth. Maybe healing isn't magic, maybe healing takes a hand, someone willing to stay beside you while you learn to live again. She found me at my lowest tide, when even hope had left my side. And somehow through my broken heart to beat again. Now every northern sky above feels less cold because of us, and every road that almost killed me led me straight into her love. I've seen storms swallow highways, I've watched oceans turn black, but nothing has ever scared me more than the thought of losing that. She found me at my lowest tide and turned my darkness into light. Now every lonely part of me finally has somewhere to hide. And if these tired lungs give out, years from now beneath the snow, the final name inside my soul will still be hers alone. So let the cold wind rise tonight, let the whole damn world turn blue. As long as her hands still reach for mine, I know I'll make it through. The apartment hums like an old machine. Rain keeps crawling down the window screen. Your cup still waits beside the sink, like it still believes you'll walk in. Street lights drawn inside the fog. Midnight trains still softly talk, and every room inside this place still carries shadows of your shade. I keep hearing your footsteps in places you'll never return. Some people leave slowly, even after they're gone. Northern lights don't want empty rooms, but I still stare at them for you. Somewhere between the ocean and the moon, I lost the only place that felt true. And all these roads keep leading back to memories I can't undo. Northern lights don't warm empty rooms, but they still remind me of you. The gas station near the coast still glows like a dying ghost. Same old radio playing low, songs we loved a year ago. I drive through forests drenched in mist, trying not to coexist with the silence sitting here, like it belongs inside me here. And maybe growing older is learning how to bleed quietly. Maybe love was never loud. Maybe it was this. Northern lights don't warm empty rooms, but I still stare at them for you. Somewhere between the the only place that felt true. And all these roads keep leading back to memories I can't undo. Northern lights don't warm empty rooms, but they still remind me of you. I saw your face in airplane windows, in sleeping cities, in frozen lakes, and I realize some people become landscapes after they leave. Northern lights don't warm empty rooms, but I still carry what we knew. Through every storm, every endless blue, every night I'm driving through. And if the world ends quietly under cold celestial views, northern lights don't warm empty rooms, but they still lead me back to you.
I left your town before the morning, the frost still sleeping on the glass. The radio was barely talking, like it was scared to bring you back. My hands were cold around the steering wheel, the sky was black, the road was wide, and every mile I put between us still kept you sitting by my side. I thought leaving would feel like freedom, I thought distance would make me strong. But the further I drove from your window, the more I knew that I was wrong. Cold roads still remember us, every turn, every midnight rush, every word we never said still burns somewhere inside my chest. And if the rain keeps coming down, let it wash this silence out. Cold roads still remember us, even when love turns into dust. There's a chapel near the ocean where the wind sings through the storm. I stopped there with no reason, just to feel less alone. I lit a match against the darkness, watched it tremble, watched it die. And for a second in that silence, I could hear your last goodbye. Maybe hearts don't break like thunder, maybe they just lose their life. Maybe love becomes a country you can't return to in this life. Cold roads still remember us, every turn, every midnight rush, every word we never said still burns
turns into dust. Oh! Nothing leaves without a trace. Cold roads still remember us. Every scar, every broken trust. Every night I drove too far, trying to escape my own heart. And if the dawn comes cold and blue, I'll still carry what was true. Cold roads still remember us, even when love turns into dust. So let the rain fall over me, let the dark road set me free. If I can return to what we were, I'll become the man who learned. Cold roads still remember us. Cold roads still remember us. And somewhere in the northern rain, I finally let go of your name. Hey cosmos, I still whisper through the dark sometimes, like the sky might answer back through radio static and northern lights. I was just a small town kid, staring upward every night, trying to understand why some stars survive the cold. And maybe I was never meant to build rockets into space. Maybe music was the only way my soul knew how to fly. So don't let my star burn out tonight. Keep a little light above me when the world gets loud and empty, and I lose my sense of direction. Lead me somewhere love still exists, somewhere hope still breathes. And if the universe can hear me, let it sing back softly. Friends disappear like comets, some return as strangers. Dreams change shape over years, like constellations moving slowly. But every song inside my chest still pulls me toward the sky, like there's something out there waiting past everything I fear. And even when life drags me downward, something inside keeps looking up. So don't let my star burn out tonight. Keep a little light above me when the city turns cold around me and the silence gets too heavy. Guide me through exists to remind lonely people that somebody else looked at the sky and felt the same thing. So if another star falls tonight, please don't let it be mine. I still have songs left inside me, still have love I haven't given. And somewhere beyond these clouds, beyond fear, beyond memory, I swear I can almost hear the universe humming softly, like it knows my name. Rainwater sliding down the motel glass, blue neon trembling on the dashboard. There's an old couple smoking outside room 12, like time forgot them here years ago. And the highway keeps breathing somewhere beyond the dark, like every passing headlight carries another story. The motel sign still glows blue tonight above these empty parking lines, and all the strangers passing through leave little ghosts behind. I sit awake with cold coffee and the radio turned low, watching reflections on wet roads with nowhere else to go. The vending machine still hums all night, tiny static filling up the silence. Somewhere a truck disappears into rain, like a ship swallowed by the ocean. Funny how loneliness feels softer sometimes when the whole world outside looks just as lost. The motel sign still glows blue tonight above these empty parking lines, and all the strangers passing through leave little ghosts behind. I sit awake with cold coffee and the radio turned low, watching reflections on wet roads with nowhere else to go. Maybe healing doesn't arrive suddenly, maybe it's just these quiet moments when the world finally slows down enough for you to hear yourself again. The motel sign still glows blue tonight, while northern rain keeps falling slow. And somewhere far beyond these roads, people are learning to Memories losing shape, but something in this silence still asks me to stay awake. A neon flickers softly through the rain again. Someone burned the frozen pizza, smoke filling up the apartment. Your friend was dancing barefoot with a lampshade on his head. Empty bottles near the sink, Polaroids across the table. Nobody talked about the future like we somehow had forever. And the city outside kept glowing through the windows, while we laughed too loud at things I can't remember now. But I remember the feeling more than the words we said. The kitchen light above us turning gold across your hair. And for a couple hours nobody needed saving. We were just alive together, and somehow that was enough. Your little sister fell asleep, wrapped inside somebody's coat. Old songs played from tiny speakers, skipping every couple lines. The radiator kept knocking like it wanted in the conversation, and snow kept falling quietly outside the fire escape. Funny how the smallest nights end up living in your chest, long after bigger moments disappear. But I remember the feeling more than the words we said. The kitchen light above us turning gold across your hair. And for a couple hours nobody needed saving. We were just alive together, and somehow that was enough. Maybe happiness was never loud. Maybe it looked exactly like this: cheap wine, warm rooms, and people forgetting time. Now everybody lives somewhere else, different cities, different lives. But sometimes late at night I still see that apartment, the flickering kitchen light, the Polaroid camera flash, and all of us laughing like the world couldn't touch us yet. Someone started singing softly right before the sunrise.
Silver shadows on the waves tonight, falling slowly through a sleeping sky. Your silence moves like a distant light, somewhere deep beneath my mind. Take me where the moon slowly waking up my heart, like the tide before the dawn. Everything keeps moving on. There's an ocean in the stars, flowing through these hidden scars. Every light becomes a door to a place I felt before. Soft horizons turning blue. Every breath returns to you, like a feeling without name, burning gently through the rain. There's an ocean in the stars, flowing through these hidden scars. Every light becomes a door to a place I felt before. Moonlight fading on the sea, still becoming part of me. In the endless silver glow, I forget what I should know. There's an ocean in the stars, flowing through these hidden scars. Every light becomes a door to a place I felt before. Only waves now, only light now, only drifting through the night now. The water knows the way back home. left